All right. Shalom, 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 y'all. Shalom. I want to welcome you to the Spiritual Combat Show. I'm Michael Israel. Appreciate y'all tuning in. And got a lot to talk about, a lot of things to hit on. Definitely want to encourage everybody. It's kind of going to be an interactive show today. So if you got any questions, comments, concerns, definitely put them in there and we will engage them and address them. A lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff to speak on. Um, so we're gonna get things moving. Uh, as you could tell by the title of the show, like the one I did not too long ago, we're just gonna be touching on topics of kind of spiritual discipline in the physical and physical discipline concerning diet, health, stuff like that. Um, and it's just an area it's a season that I'm in now, so I'm hitting on a lot of stuff in that area. I want to start off with a verse, 2 Timothy chapter 3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? Spiritual combat style. You know what I'm saying? Just staying engaged. I tell people stay engaged, stay locked in, um, stay biblically aligned. You know what I'm saying? Um, so that's a good verse of encouragement. So I just wanted to put that in there. That hit my spirit right before I started this program. All right. So what I'm be hitting on, some of the stuff we're gonna be talking about. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the interview I did yesterday. Um, Also gonna go into some things about just what I'm learning, precisely, really preparing your or strengthening your body's immune system. It's um, because there's an agenda to weaken your immune system. Um, whether it's through diet, through the food they sell out here, through the lifestyle that they promote to you, there is an agenda to put you in a situation where you're compromised, and even something as simple as like a common cold will take you out or have you jacked up. And what I'm doing here is, hey, we're gonna uh, dispel the mist. We're gonna come straight down the middle and just give you some information to get you going in the right direction. So anyway, if you haven't seen that interview, I interviewed Pastor Corey yesterday. Man, it was an awesome interview. I talked to Pastor Corey afterwards, a couple hours later on that day, and he was saying, man, it was really a blessing to people. I guess a lot of people were reaching out to him saying how much of a blessing that information Pastor Corey brought out was. And in the way Pastor Corey brought the information out, he brought it out in a kind of in a step by step bread trail type way, leading you right back to the truth. It started from the truth, and he showed everything going on and brought it right back home. And it was a blessing, man. It was a good interview. I even myself, I need to go back, watch it, take notes, digest it, because a lot of times when I'm doing the interviews, I'm looking at notes and stuff like that. So, but even what I caught while I was doing it, what I did see and pay attention to is a blessing. All right. um, so let's talk about you know, how important your immune system is, and kind of the contrary information out there that hey, and y'all put a 10 in there if my audio's good. I didn't check my audio. Let me line my mic up. I got my good mic on here. So yo, my audio should be at a minimum, it should be a 10. It should be, my audio should be like an 11 or 12, you know what I'm saying? But let me know how the audio is, because I got my good mic in there. So, okay, it's a 10. They say it's a 10. So that's what's up. But you know, I want to say this with what's going on out there, you know, the plague running around or whatever this is going around, um, and then them wanting to, you know, inject you with who knows what and all that stuff. I'm gonna tell you this, you know, because you know them injecting they concoction into us or me is not an option. You know, that's not going down. But I've been telling people this: you do need to be doing something to strengthen your immune system. Okay, you do, because this is a nasty environment we live in here. It's a sin-filled environment. Um, so on the spiritual level, but on the literal level, you need to be doing stuff to strengthen your immune system. And uh, when we say immune system, to better clarify and be more specific about what the immune system is your lymphatic system, your body's sewer or detoxification system. And what do I mean when I say strengthen it? Um, there's foods you can eat, there's ways you can operate and live that uh, are going to strengthen it, as far as making it more fluid, less stagnated, um, making it communicate better, uh, you know, making it more sensitive. You see what I'm saying? Um, so there's stuff you could do to enhance that. One thing I saw Pastor Dow posted was he talked about vitamin D. That they found a direct correlation between people who get sick and people's immune system and their intake of vitamin D. So we're gonna because that's spot on, and we're gonna break that down. The vitamin D, your main source of vitamin D is the sun. Uh, for people with lighter complexions, they don't need as much sun to get adequate amounts of vitamin D. For darker skinned people, because they need more sun to get vitamin D. Okay, and one of the things, um, and like I said, this getting sun is like it's the best source of vitamin D. Okay, you can supplement it, um, but the sun is the best source. And check this out, an interesting fact: if you don't get enough vitamin D, and this is something that happened to me, if you don't get enough vitamin D, and vitamin D is really a steroid, a steroid that your body makes, and a steroid is like a communicator throughout your body. But one of the things that happens if you don't get enough vitamin D and you eat too much, I forget the name of the acid, but it's in a lot of it's in cashews, it's in beans and stuff like that. So if you eat a diet with a lot of legumes and stuff like that, and you don't get enough vitamin D, your teeth will begin breaking down. Because what it does is your body, it doesn't utilize calcium and the minerals to build up stuff like your teeth and your bones and stuff like that. That's an interesting thing to note. I actually posted something about that. Um, but vitamin D does a whole bunch, okay? And um, when you look at a lot of research, they don't know exactly how it does it. You know what I'm saying? But it does a lot. Um, but yeah, the number one way you're gonna get vitamin D is being in the sun. Now y'all gonna have to bear with me because I'm gonna tie all this in to just some simple, straightforward points on some things. Um, the One of the ways to get your lymphatic system moving and flowing better is by muscle contractions. When you move your muscles, that's how that's a primary way your lymphatic system moves and flows. It doesn't have a pump like the heart to keep it circulating. It's circulated by muscle movement. Um, so what you're going to begin to see with the stuff I'm saying, and then when you begin to look at the biblical culture and lifestyle that's laid out in the book, and which is what here in Straightway we try to mirror the biblical culture and mindset to in as much as we get it and can understand it. But when you look at that, when you look at being outside, working in a garden, working a field, building, working, moving, woo, woo, in the sun, you're beginning to see that this lifestyle lines up with book. It and you know it lines up with book because it benefits Yah's temple, your body. You see what I'm saying? In the physical, in a healthy way. Growing your own food, eating it, the food you're gonna grow and you're gonna eat are gonna promote a healthier immune system. Now check this out. Now I'm gonna go into some stuff to enhance your immune system or jumpstart it and get it up and going. You see what I'm saying? Um, and like I said, this is stuff I'm continuing to learn and research and unearth and test and try and prove. You understand? Um, so you know, with your lymphatic system, with the foods we eat, or the standard acidic diet or standard, excuse me, American diet that is sad and pathetic, where when you can just look at it on the plate, the bulk of your food that's on a typical plate is food that just is that will you can look at the food and it looks like it will gum up the works. You let the food sit on the plate and the food just dries up and turns into goo, like the thick whatever. Like you look at this stuff and it looks like it'll stop you up. I'm not saying stop eating all that. I'm saying people need to change up their portions and all that. um but I have cheat meals and all that stuff like that. You know, I'm just slowly but consistently shifting my diet to a more water-based, fruit-based type diet. Um, Not completely. Shoot, I had a pizza yesterday. Everybody seen me. You know what I'm saying? Um, but what we're doing is trying to shift our diet to a diet that's less clogging up. You see what I'm saying? We're trying to put less toilet paper down the toilet because it's gonna clog it up. You understand what I'm saying? To give you kind of an analogy. Um, a lot of the fruits, like for instance, let's say watermelon, like what I'll do sometimes is I will eat watermelon with cashews basically at the same time. And it's funny because the watermelon breaks, you can feel it in your mouth. It breaks the cashews down. Like watermelon breaks down and eliminates real easy. It's like a cleaner, like a mild detergent going through your body. You know, everybody washes their hands all the time. They take 1 to 2 showers a day. Some people take more, you know what I'm saying? And they clean the outside of this temple all the time. But what I see with a lot of people, they never clear out this digestive tract that runs from your mouth out to, you know, your lower ends. They never do anything or take any steps to clean it out. So if you're regularly eating fruit or eating proper proportions of fruit, it's like a mild detergent cleaning out, particularly fruits like grapes, lemons, melons, cucumbers, you know, you name it. There's more neutral type fruits like bananas, avocados, and stuff like that that are kind of more on a neutral scale. But fruits like that are literally like a mild detergent going in, cleaning stuff out. That's just on one aspect. We're not talking about the nutritional aspects and all those other aspects that come into play. So they're like mild detergents going through there, cleaning everything out. Um, in a situation like now, where we're in this situation where, um, see, I'm drinking this is a more powerful detergent here, but in a situation like right now where we're going through this thing where, you know, you got this thing going around, folks getting hella sick and everything like that, um, you need a more aggressive detergent. Okay. Um, so in situations like this, you use the herbs that Yah has given to begin cleaning your temple out, getting it more, you know, just doing the cleaning on the inside. And like I said, I've been messing with this for a while. Um, and I'll tell you a couple things, some things I've seen. So a while back, I would say by now I've caught whatever this thing is going around maybe 3 times. So the first time it was just like a tickling in the throat. And at the time I was on a my diet was on point, and I was doing the herbal thing, and I hit it hard with the herbs and all this stuff. And but it said there's a tickling in the throat that lasted a long time, maybe 3 or 4 days, but then it just went away. I fought it off. Okay, that was the first time. The second time came on the same way, but then it just progressed. Now, mind you, my diet was off. I kind of fell off. I was going back to eating kind of a more sad-based diet, and I had stopped with the herbs. And that thing came on. And the way these things come on is they come on you. It comes on you. For me, it was in my throat, but it comes in through your respiratory system, which is going to be your mouth or your nose. It's going to enter in through there, and it's going to try to penetrate that cellular membrane of the throat line and whatever. It's going to try to penetrate that, get into the bloodstream or whatever, start replicating and stuff. So, and you know, once it's done that, it goes from sneezing, junky feeling throat. It'll go from that to a temperature and tiredness and all that stuff. Okay, that's how you know it's penetrated and it's in the system. And it got on there. You know, for me, I continued, you know, for the most part. But then there were about 2 or 3 days where I was just kind of I just stayed in the room and chilled, you know. Never really ran a temperature. The temperature is your body ramping up. It raises the temperature, one, to kill off what's in there, but also to get things more liquidy and moving better, and shaking and moving around better. Um, it also raises your temperature so that you will begin sweating and eliminating the toxins quicker. Okay, because one of the quickest, there's three quick routes of elimination. That's throwing up is the quickest, diarrhea is the second, and then the third is through the skin, sweating. You know, those are three quick. I ain't gonna say which one is the quickest. I don't know for sure, but those are the hot fastest ways of elimination. So anyway, so now the third time I had something again. I felt that itching, and I watch my body, like immediately after I felt that itch, that itchiness, that junkiness in the throat, there began to become a mucosal response. So I started spitting up mucus, and then my head, I started sneezing and blowing out a lot of mucus. When you a way to all the fluids that come out of your body, you can analyze them to see what's going on. So like with your mucus, um, if it's clear, that means there's really not too much of an infection there. As it begins to come more whiter, that means there's more infection there. As it becomes yellow, that means there's a lot more infection there. If it becomes green, it's even more infection. If it becomes black, you know, it's you got a knockdown, drag out war going on up in there. So, but that's how you look at that. But at one point, it started coming out yellow, but I was eliminating. And what I did, I was already taking some herbs, but what I did, I took elecampane, mullein, and what we've done now is we thrown Paul d'Arco in there, in that mix, because the elecampane and the mullein will, like, if people are, when when that stuff, when the infection of this thing goes into the lungs, and you're not eliminating that, mucus is building up in your lungs and you don't have a productive cough, elecampane and mullein will make that cough productive, and you'll be hocking up all types of stuff. Um, if you take elecampane and mullein when you don't have a cold or anything like that, it will cleanse your lungs. So if you have like COPD, there's a brother down here who was over in Iraq in the Middle East. He's in the military where they had to burn pits, so he'd inhale all that smoke. He said he's coughed out black mucus before, just getting out stuff that's just down in there. So it will literally rejuvenate your lungs and stuff like that. What I learned, what I've learned is, you know, back when I was getting into all these herbs, I made it as a tea, but because I'm learning, so I went in, okay, a cup of tea. Well, I learned to make it more aggressive and stronger, to where now I have a tincture of elecampane, mullein, and Paul d'Arco, that, you know, you can take that thing, and that's, see, that's the slow part about this thing, is learning. You know, you don't want to tell people, hey, take this much, because you could take too much of this stuff and hurt yourself, but take it to a point where it hits. You know what I mean? And that's the dichotomy. That's the balance you have to establish, that takes time. You know, I know when I got this second time, I took a stiff hit of that stuff consistently, and it was 3 days, it was all gone. And the coming days after that, because I took so much, a lot of mucus. I was bringing out a lot of mucus and just cleansing and detoxifying. And that's what those herbs do. The Paul Diarco inhibits viral replication. So it does a bunch of other stuff, but that's one of the main things it does. Wormwood, I think, does that too. I think it's a Chinese wormwood. And there's other herbs. I haven't done extensive research yet. I've been kind of settled with those for now just because of time. I don't have time. But I'm going to do research to find other herbs that inhibit viral replication, because in all regions, there's different plants that do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But knocked out. Then one of my daughters, same thing, came down with something, headache, tiredness, junk in the throat, all that. I made that Elecampane, mullein, and Paul Diarco into a tincture, and I gave it to her and had her drinking it 3 times a day, and it was gone, a couple days later. You know what I'm saying? Well, not even a couple days. It was gone the next day. So that whole day she was there sleeping. The next day it was gone. And like I said, but the thing is, I'm gonna say this too: if it passes your respiratory system, so it goes from a respiratory infection, and what they were saying is this thing could go into blood cells and all these other. It could go into any cell that's weak. That's what they're saying. At the end of the day, it all comes down to having a strong immune system. Because the stuff I talked about, like when I talk mullein and Elecampane, they stimulate your mucosa system, which is a part of your lymphatic system, and cause it to secrete mucus and expel mucus, which is basically lymphatic fluid. It's a type of lymphatic fluid. So at the end of the day, it comes down to the responsiveness of your immune system. And like I said, man, when I look at these herbs, when I look at what Yah's word says about the herbs and why he gave them to us and what they do, when I look at what's going on, because I have, to put it the best way, I have firsthand, I've witnessed, I'm watching somebody cleanse something heavy out of their body firsthand, that the world says you can't cleanse out, and or that the medical establishment says you can't clean out, and I'm watching nothing more than Yah's herbs and knock this thing out of there. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like I know the majority of this medical establishment is a hustle. The first aid care, like, is probably I ain't gonna say probably, is the best in the world. Like, you get your arm, you slice something major or whatever, man, these people are on it. Like, they got that. But all that other crap, the long-term treatment stuff, nah, man, heck nah. Nah, dude. It's live. That's why I like the bulk of what these people, like, I watch. You'll see some doctors that come on YouTube and everything, and they'll be breaking stuff down, and it'll be spot on. Like I was listening to a doctor break down vitamin D and what it does and this, that, and I was like, yo, that's spot on. I know that to be true. But then you go on these news channels and listen to these quacks. They pull on these news channels and they ain't hitting on nothing. Like, they just, it's like, dude, is this a marketing video for Pfizer? Like, what is this? Like that's a lot of the news. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like a marketing. It literally sounds like a commercial for whoever made that, you know, vaccine or whatever, you know. So that's literally what it sounds like when you hear some of this stuff. It's crazy, man. So, um, but yeah, I'm just updating y'all on what I've been doing. Now, what I've been doing, I've recently gotten I've made a whole bunch of tinctures. I'm making a tincture. I'm gonna finalize it today, and then I'm gonna send it to Koya, and it's just gonna be a tincture for if somebody feels some tickling in their throat, they're gonna have this. And all you do like I did. I just take a little bit, pour it in my water, and just drink my water. You know what I'm saying? It's real quick and simple. You know, pour maybe a tablespoonful in some water, go like that, and just start sipping on that water, you know, all day or whatever. And the thing with a tincture is it's absorbed straight into your bloodstream. So if you take a tincture that's made with alcohol and you put a couple drops under your tongue sublingually, it'll absorb straight into your bloodstream. Um, and a lot of these herbs like Paul d'Arco, I'm positive it will pass the blood brain barrier, because they say this thing can pass the blood brain barrier. And it has one of the constituents in it is a viral inhibitor. It inhibits viral replication. It stops the virus from reproducing. So that's a good thing to have in your system. But yeah, I'm gonna put some other stuff in it. I'm gonna figure that out maybe even as soon as today. It's probably gonna be like plantain. So it'll be Paul d'Arco, mullein, elecampane, plantain, and maybe parsley or cleavers. Probably cleavers, because the cleavers get your lymphatic system moving and it opens the kidneys too. So more than likely it'll be kidneys, or it'll be cleavers, or it might be cleavers and parsley. You know, because you got to have a path of elimination. You know, so what it'll be is like a little micro detox, because I'm on a full detox. I have one tincture that got is for the kidneys and adrenals, and that has like 16 herbs in it. And then I have another tincture for the lymphatic and blood system that cleanses that, and that got, I don't know, maybe 8 or 10 herbs in it. And then I have a digestive one and a pancreas one combined. They're pills, and that has a bunch of herbs. So that's what I'm on right now. I'm trying to do a full body cleanse, testing it out on myself, just taking my time, you know, seeing what works, what doesn't. And this stuff works, man. It ain't even complicated. Like, it's once you get past all the noise that's out there in the herbal community, and that's part of the pain in the ass, is like in the herb community, man. In order to learn this stuff, you got to suffer through everybody's spirituality gobbledygook. We the cosmos, and you know, chakra this and astral projection that, and all this other. Dude, tell me what this herb do, please, and keep your religion over there. You know, that's why I'm just bringing this stuff straight to y'all in our vein. You know what I'm saying? And from our biblical perspective. I ain't putting all this. Oh my goodness, man. You know, I gotta. You know, it sometimes it's like some folks I done just stop watching altogether because they just go too far in it's like they trying to indoctrinate you with Hinduism or whatever the hell they in, and then the other side of it is a lot of it is allopathic, where they're trying to treat little symptoms of stuff, which you can do with herbs, but on a big picture scale, at some point, you have to come and use the herbs in a way, in a holistic, in a way to cleanse your whole body out. And then nothing's really gonna bother you anymore. You ain't gotta walk around all scared that you're gonna get sick and die or something. So yeah, all that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, um, so that's what's going on. It's been a journey, and it requires commitment to consistency, and because this stuff can be so tedious, it's like I have a goal sheet with my 3 goals of stuff I got to do each day, and I try to look at that thing every day so I can stay on path. Since I started doing that, man, I've been moving forward in the areas I need to be moving forward in that are productive to me in my life. But let me keep it 100 with you. I'll be honest. Recently, I kind of fell off all that. I ain't gonna say fell off, but I haven't been as diligent as I need to be. And I'm telling you, here in about, I would say, here in about a week, I'm gonna get back on it. But definitely after Tabernacles, man, I'm gonna be on. I'm gonna get on here, and y'all gonna see me when you can, when it makes sense. But I'm gonna very much be getting on my, you know, I'm a dial in even further. I'm dialed in pretty hard right now. I really don't got a lot of time to be a chatty patty, chit chatting and talking and all that stuff. That's why, like, I'm looking forward to Tabernacles, where I could just kind of decompress. But right now, man, we really got really a lot going on, man. But it's good busy. It's a good stress, you know. The best thing I can say is watch the footwork. What I've been trying to do is hit the record button and just document what I'm doing. I'm trying to put together the next footwork video I'm gonna do is probably gonna be a video of a average day for me, so y'all can see that. And then after that, I'm gonna be doing videos on some of the brothers around here who wanna be in a video. A lot of brothers don't. they prefer to be way behind the scenes. So yeah, we're gonna do that. So yeah, man. But it's an exciting time, man. I see a lot going on in the world on the negative, but I also see a lot going on among the saints in Straightway on a positive, and it's a blessing, man. Um, uh, so one of the big things with what we're doing is, or what I've been putting out there for the people, like for instance, in Straightway, they have 2 meals a day. They have breakfast and dinner. Beautiful thing. In between that is work. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. But one of the things I was saying, just the standard American diet, the sad diet, and the standard American diet culture, and what we're raised to believe is, eating all these meals and these all this stuff. And it's like, it amazes me how little I can get by on eating. Like, sometimes, like, if there's no fruit or nothing here to eat in the morning, or there's nothing I want to eat here in the morning, I just don't eat. And I might not eat anything maybe till 12. I eat a little bit of fruit to get by, you know. And it's crazy how back in the day, I'd have a headache. And you remember what I told you about that? When you skip a meal and you have a headache, you remember what I told you what that is? That means your body is very clogged up and it needs to detox. Um, but anyway, if I skip breakfast, I might have a headache by lunch, and now I could damn near go the whole day without eating and barely drinking too much water and pretty much be fine. Um, I'm not recommend people do that. Don't be out there working in the sun and not drinking water. You'll jack yourself up. But what it does, man, doing that is when your body wakes up, it's like, oh, well, I ain't gotta do no work for breakfast. So no breakfast digestion. So no heavy manual labor. Well, let me start cleaning this house up. So it'll start detoxifying you, start cleansing you, You're doing a fast. Okay, let's see. And what you're doing is afflicting that flesh. That's the biggest part, that spiritual part. Pastor Corey spoke on that, on the power of that from a spiritual perspective, man. Y'all need to get on there because I'm getting ready to wrap this video up, man. Y'all need to get on there. Y'all need to get on there and check out Pastor Corey's video, Straightway KC. So Brother Jerome says, Shalom from Cali. It's getting crazy out here. Wow. What's going on out there in Cali, Brother Jerome? Hey, he said, Shalom from Cali. It's getting crazy out here. What's going on out there in Cali? Let me know. If y'all got any questions, comments, concerns, definitely put them in here. Okay? We will hit them. Brother Omar says, Shalom, Brother Israel, and Straightway Saints. Shalom, Brother Omar. Brother Sheldon says, Shalom, Brother Mike. Shalom, Brother Sheldon. Hezekiah Ben Israel said, Shalom, Mark. Shalom to you. PJ said, Shalom, Patricia from Pakistan. Wow. Okay. Okay. All right, let's see. Oh, he said that fire, man. Hey, they so, brother, I forgot it was y'all still got the wildfires going, y'all burning that thing place down. I man, I did not know that, brother. I didn't know them fires was still going hard like that, hard body like that out there. All we've been seeing over here is that hurricane that smashed New Orleans, which I don't know why you want to be living down there anyway. Me and Koya went out there a couple years ago, and that was that you could feel the demonic spirit on that place. And y'all trying to mop that place up because that hurricane, they were like because when I see a hurricane, I put a warning in the group so that brothers and sisters could see it. I put a warning in there that, hey, there's a hurricane, because we got to keep our eyes open down here in Florida. Yo, that thing went perfectly directly the way they predicted it to go. And right before it smashed into New Orleans, that area, it went full Cat 4, Category 4. So I'm sure that it mollywopped that area, man. I'm sure it messed them up out there, boy. All right. Omar said, what's good for leg cramps after a workout? If your legs are cramping up, that means your body's low on electrolytes. Okay? That means, so leg cramps or cramps, period, after a workout means your body does not have enough electrolytes. Or let's make it real simple so you understand. Your body doesn't have the minerals in it that allow for the electrical signals to transmit through the fluid. So you won't get those electrolytes by just drinking water. In order for the electrical signals to travel, you need certain minerals in your system, and you're low on those minerals. So what do you need to take? You need to start taking sea moss, Irish sea moss, which contains 90. It contains like your body has, I think it's 102, 103 vitamins and minerals it needs. Sea moss contains like 90 something of them, damn near all of them. And then you also should take bladderwrack. Take it in capsule form. That contains it contains minerals that they haven't even categorized yet. Okay, so you can simply take that as a vitamin. It's all natural, ya made. We try to stick to ya made stuff, and you should just start taking that regularly, and it'll eliminate that. Watermelon is like me and the brothers were talking yesterday because it get hot where y'all at, but it get hella hot down here in Florida. And when we get thirsty down here, we don't want water. We want watermelon because it quenches our thirst better. So watermelon is a perfect one for that. Eat more watermelon regularly, and your body won't cramp up. You see what I'm saying? Okay, let's see what else we got. So he said Sacramento, three in the surrounding areas. Man, hey, look, you need to get up out of there. You know, Pastor, he been saying get up out of out of California. He said get out of Florida too. And trust me, we're working diligently on that. And I'll tell you what, after Tabernacles, it's going to take on a new level of diligence. Hey, ooh, man, I feel it in my spirit on that one. I hope everybody ready for that one. All right. Sodium, increased sodium. All right. Somebody said, what herbs or foods are good for the nervous system? As far as food wise, berries. As far as herbs for your nervous system, it would depend. But at the end of the day, if you're having nervous system issues, you need to cleanse your body. You need to get your lymphatic system moving. Because, like I said, this thing is not complicated, man. All your issues are going to tie into your lymphatic system not pulling toxins out. When your lymphatic system gets backed up, your body will start storing stuff and get overwhelmed, and certain stuff will begin to affect certain systems in your body. What herbs are good? Yeah, so that, yep. Let's see. But so as far, it depends on what's going on with your nervous system. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really just, that's pretty vague. You know what I mean? Ideally, what you want to do is do like what I'm doing. Open up the kidneys with a kidney formula, cleanse your digestive system, and then cleanse your lymphatic system. And then take something to jumpstart that whole glandular system, your endocrine system. All right. Shalom, brother Knight. Shalom to you. Good to see you in there. What can my wife do to reduce menstrual cramp pain each month? Once again, the cramping, and like I said, I gotta get Koya on here because Koya stayed low key, but she got a deep understanding on the female part. But at the end of the day, it's the same thing. Diet. First thing first, what's she eating? Is she eating a whole lot of dairy and a whole lot of grain, a whole lot of meat, and a little bit of fruit and vegetables? It starts there, because when we talk about cramping, it talks about you talking about how hydrated is the body or dehydrated. So it's just straightforward. Like all this stuff I tell y'all is blanket, y'all. It's just a simple diet change that will eliminate the bulk of your issues and get your body detox. The herbs will get it moving quicker. Now, I think Coyle would say red raspberry leaf. And I'm going to tell y'all women, be careful with that red raspberry leaf, because it's a tonifier of the female reproductive system. But some women will take that like, oh yeah, it strengthens up my wound and it does this, that, and other, and it'll strengthen your womb so much and all the muscles that it'll squeeze the baby out. That's why if you're pregnant, you're a woman, you shouldn't take herbs anyway, especially astringent herbs, because they astringe, they cause tissue to tighten up. They cause the proteins that your tissue are made up of to contract and twist, and it causes them to tighten up. And it will, if you take the right astringent herbs, you will cleanse a baby out of you, squeeze a baby up out of you prematurely. You gotta be careful with all this. But anyway, getting off topic. It says, what can my wife do to reduce the cramps? You start with diet. She needs to go on a high fruit diet. When I say high fruit diet or high plant-based diet, I just mean eat more plants, increase the intake of the plants and fruit in your diet, and don't eat so much meat. I'm not saying don't eat meat, don't eat dairy, don't eat all that. I'm saying you need to decrease the amount that you're consuming. Okay? So that's going to help her out majorly. The other thing, as far as herb wise, you know, as you, because the PMS and the cramping, that is a woman cleansing her. It's a type of cleansing. Okay. Once again, as you cleanse the body out, all this stuff subsides. So once again, get something to open the kidneys and adrenals out, so you're able to eliminate through your urination system or your renal system. Get something that cleanse out and detoxify your bowels, so you're able to absorb nutrients properly, and take the load off the lymphatic system and all that, and then cleanse your blood and lymphatic system out, and then takes a formula to cleanse the your endocrine system, and tonify and reset all those glands, and then you'll notice that all that stuff won't be as crazy. And like I said, I'm coming with more information about all this, but what she could do right now is, I'm telling you right now, she's eating too much grain, too many carbs, too much sugar, too much meat, too much dairy. I could tell you that right now, just off what you're saying. Y'all, yeah, she probably eats a typical American diet with, like, you know, I can say that with a pretty high level of confidence. All right, a lot of these capsule products contain pork. Yeah, that's why you gotta order the plant-based capsules. Okay, you gotta check on that. All right, somebody said, "Whoa, thanks a lot, brother." Yeah, you're welcome. I'm working on it, brother. All right. So anyway, y'all, I appreciate all y'all questions. I'll be on here again. I ain't gonna say I'm gonna try to be on here again soon. Okay. But you know, y'all can watch the past videos. You know, I've talked about a lot of this stuff more in depth in some of the other videos, but yep, that's what's up. So anyway, y'all, I gotta get ready to run. I got a day ahead of me, a long day. So I'm getting ready to get after this thing. I'm gonna review my to-do list then I'm going to do some of it. Probably going to get it all done. So y'all pray for me to have energy, focus, and diligence today. And I appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm Michael Israel. You watching Spiritual Combat. Shalom, shalom.